Hi everyone, and welcome to Theo and Olaf. My name is Eric, and this is Olaf right here. He is our 6-month-old Samoyed puppy. He has come a long way since being a little a little puppy, a little immature puppy. He's maturing very quickly too. He's enjoying his little toy here. But one thing I want to talk about though is actually something that Irene and I get asked a lot about. And because we have Theo and Olaf, people always ask us, oh, how did you get a cat and a dog to get along? Or do they even get along? How did you do it? So today I'm going to talk about how Irene and I actually did that with Theo and Olaf. And disclaimer, it wasn't easy. It took a lot of time, a lot of patience, and a lot of different trial and error. Oh wow, you're really having a good time here, aren't you? Yeah, you have a good time, huh? Hey Olaf. So for a little bit of a backstory, Theo and Olaf were supposed to be together around the same time since day one, but that didn't happen. So Theo was by himself for the longest time. Okay. Theo was by himself for the longest time, and I think he liked that a lot. He liked being by himself, he liked being independent. But when Olaf came into the picture, I think that really messed up his routine and sort of his energy level, I think. Because Theo was very stressed, he was losing his fluff, he wasn't eating as well, as much, and he wasn't coming out as often either. He was always hiding in my office, and that's Olaf playing in the background, but it's okay. And I think Theo was just having a hard time adjusting to Olaf because Olaf is much bigger than him, and Olaf can be a bit too playful and sometimes a bit too in your face at times. Yeah, see, Olaf is a big puppy. He doesn't mean any harm. He just plays a lot, but he's very evasive. Okay, hi. Yeah, so if you're a cat, that could be very scary, you know, but hi. You like your ducky? Oh no! Oh no! Oh. So how did Irene and I get Theo and Olaf to be comfortable with each other? Well, step one, get a pet gate. Pet gates are very useful for creating a safe space for your cat. When we first brought home Olaf, Theo stayed in my office and he wasn't allowed out to see Olaf because Olaf actually was kind of an over playful puppy, and we didn't want Theo to be introduced to his playfulness too soon. So creating a safe space for Theo was a good idea. It allowed him to just relax and be safe and comfortable in the area that he enjoys, which is my office. So tip number 2 is to use a pet gate as a way to introduce your pets to each other. And in this case, a cat and a dog. Hi, Theo. So what we did was we put Theo on one side and Olaf on the other side of the gate, and we would feed them their favorite snack, which happened to be minnows at the time. Right now I'm using a small batch Pets. This is a turkey bites, freeze-dried. They really like this stuff. Huh, Olaf? Huh, Theo? He's over there bathing his now. All right. So we would feed them, so even though they'd be with each other like in the same area and they can see each other, they couldn't actually touch each other because the gate was blocking them off, but the snack allowed a positive association between the two. They would see a snack and they would be happy because now Theo and Olaf can be brave and be comfortable with each other. Theo wouldn't be scared of Olaf, and Olaf wouldn't be so enticed to be curious, to be invasive with Theo. Allow them just kind of ignore each other by being distracted by a snack. Come on, Theo, you have 3 here. Tip number 3 is to bring your cat out into the living room where your dog is, or any other room where your dog is. So this may seem a bit unorthodox to a lot of pet owners, but it actually worked. So what I did was I brought out Theo's cat tree, Theo's toys, and his food, and brought it all out into the living room to be around Olaf. So Theo was around Olaf 24/7. He wasn't allowed back into his office until basically he was comfortable with Olaf. And again, this is a bit iffy, but it worked though. After about a week, Theo was very comfortable with Olaf. He would go on a couch, he would walk right past Olaf as if he wasn't even there, and he would even come up to sniff Olaf in the face, honestly. So I think it worked, and having that exposure therapy is beneficial to your cat, because the cat needs to see that the dog isn't a threat. And once the cat sees that the dog is just a dog and not a threat, then your cat can begin to trust the dog and know that the dog won't ever hurt him, or it won't ever do anything that could violate its trust. So tip number 4 is to train your dog. It's never too late to train your dog. Especially if you have a cat, you want your dog to be obedient around your cat. You don't want any accidents to happen. So we gave Olaf basic commands such as to sit, to leave it, to wait, to stay. Having a command like leave it is very important. So if he comes around, say you drop a piece of food on the floor and you don't want him eating it, you can say, Olaf, leave it, and he'll just ignore it. He has to ignore it. So when it comes to Theo, whenever Theo walks by Olaf, we say, Olaf, leave it, and he leaves Theo alone. And over time, Olaf just pretty much ignores Theo now. Whenever Theo walks by, we don't even need to say the command anymore. He just simply walks them by, Olaf looks, and that's it. They become comfortable and they become, I guess, preoccupied by other things. And now Theo comes out without any hesitation. So far, I think things are going pretty well with Theo and Olaf. Theo seems to be very comfortable with Olaf and being in the same room as him. Theo can sit on the couch, he can be in the same room. He even gives Olaf a lot of little nose bumps. So I think that's very cute. If you have a cat and a dog and you had trouble getting them comfortable with each other, let us know in the comment section below. And as always, if you like these videos, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for all things Theo and Olaf. Thank you for watching.